What up, what up, what up, y'all? This is Sin. Welcome to Low End Theories podcast. Venus thinking ass still ain't here. She's still on vacation, but I got something real special for y'all again lined up. This time I got two ladies from Chicago that have their own podcast. Now, these women are mothers, and what they do is they share their experiences as mothers and their view of the world from it. So I'd like to introduce to you both. I would like to introduce y'all to the both of TJ and Shannon of Somebody's Mama podcast. What's up, ladies? How y'all doing?
Hey.
That's what's up, man. TJ, just starting with you, man. From what I understand, you got 3 kids.
I do.
Go right ahead. Go right ahead.
I'm gonna say I'm TJ Wright, or Toya with the Udi, whichever one you prefer.
With the booty.
Yeah.
What's that, like a half a booty or something?
Did you look at you so smart? You so smart.
Okay then.
Yeah.
Wow.
So,
Okay.
TJ Wrights. I write sometimes. I am a blogger. Self-published a few books. So either TJ Wrights, Toya with the Udi, whichever you prefer. I am a mother of 3. And I still pop my shit, 3 kids, and I'm still doing me in the correct way as a mother, though.
That's what's up. And Shannon, what's going on with you?
Hey, y'all. I'm Shannon. I don't go by no other name but Shannon. If you call me Shannon with the cannon, and that's a whole ass. Like, that's a half a booty. I'm the cannon. That's how that works.
Wow.
I do, obviously, the podcast. They trying to get me into plus-size modeling. I'm a full-time mama. I have a real career. I want to do clothing. It's just a lot going on at one time. So that's what I do.
That's what's up, man. I got my boy that was on last week. Excuse me. He has his own clothing line. I'll definitely give you his contact information if that's something that you really want to touch down on, because he's working on his fall line now, but he's starting to design for women. So I'm pretty sure, like, even if it's just the cloth and just trying to get a connect on that, he could probably help you with that. Because I wear some of his I got, like, his t-shirts are real high quality. So he might be able to help you with that as far as that's concerned. So, man, so, like, this Somebody's Mama podcast, like, how did y'all come up with the concept of, like, just 2 mamas talking shit? Now I know that it's been done before, but from what I've been able to hear from the way that you guys go back and forth, it's different. So how did y'all come up with the idea? And who came up with it?
Shannon called me one day and was like, look, I was asleep. I woke up. I had a dream, and it's called Somebody's Mama. I'm like, okay, cool. Because we have been, like, guest starring on other people's podcasts, and they would be like, those 2 girls be talking they shit. Like, who is that? So we like, okay, we're going to do our own podcast. So Shannon called me with the name, and we kind of got it because we always be like, damn, I'm somebody's mama. Like, I do this, that, and the third, but shit, I got kids. I got to go check on the kids. I'm somebody's mama. Like, our whole life is based around that, and we do things outside of that. So it's like, I'm still an adult. I'm still sexy. I'm still popping. But when it's all said and done, I got to get to these kids because I'm somebody's mama. So we just tell our truths based on that perspective.
That's absolutely perfect. That's exactly what happened. I was asleep. Woke up. I called her like 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. She ain't answer the phone. I called her back at 8. She like, stop calling me, bro. I'm sleeping.
I sleep in, boo. I'm somebody's mama. I sleep in.
Okay? Wake up, baby girl. We need to talk about what's going on.
So call me after 12, and if it's a good day, it might be later than that.
Damn. Okay then.
That's exactly how I feel. And like she said, we did a couple of other podcasts, did like a couple of little shows, and every time it's always like the people want y'all to come back. So it's like, why not do it ourselves and talk about it from the angle of basically how do you be somebody's mama and all these other things. But then it appeals to everybody because even if you're not somebody's mama, you're somebody's something. So that's what I
Somebody
like.
daddy, somebody auntie, somebody
Somebody
teacher, somebody, something. You got some type of responsibility that you working on.
That's what's up. I understand that. So speaking of fucking responsibility and shit, I'd love to get y'all perspective on this. Now, like just within like the last week and a half or whatever, Sha'Carri Richardson, who's a sprinter for the United States track and field team, was completely banned from competing in the Olympics. So at first she got banned from running her event, which was the 100-yard dash, and then secondly they just wiped her from the team completely from running any of the relays or anything like that. Now, from what it was that she admitted to doing was that she was mourning the loss of her mom, and in that process she had smoked some weed. And she admitted to smoking weed, and she said that she knew what the consequences were, and she did it anyway.
Right.
Now, from what I understand, where she lives is legal, but
People keep saying that like weed is legal, but you knew that even if it's legal, you were not supposed to be smoking. Like she said, she knew the consequences. I understand you're mourning a parent. I don't know what that feels like. I cannot imagine what that feels like. But if you're trying to accomplish something and you know what it takes to accomplish that, by all means, you're wrong. I still support her because everybody fuck up, players fuck up. But if she's admitting herself, I knew the consequences. I fucked up. Why are we making all these? Let her run. She understands
this
the
shit
sport.
got a hashtag. Now listen, man. It ain't legal where I'm at, but I know it's legal in Cook County, and I know it's legal in Illinois and shit. But at the same time, if where it is that you work at it's illegal, or where it is that you going it's illegal, I think you need to make a business decision, pimp. Like you just really, she shouldn't have did it. So she did it. She accepted the consequences of it. I don't understand why you got all of these people
Right, trying to say
the reason I got all of these people doing this is because when Michael Phelps was high, he still could swim.
No, people not even doing their research. He had major ass consequences. People just saying anything. He came back from that. He had major fucking consequences.
Yeah, he had to sit down.
He had to sit down.
Y'all, I agree with both of y'all totally. I just feel like if you're doing something like you say, it's legal in her state.
It don't matter the state. What matters is this is a major. You work for this your whole life. Your whole life. It ain't a job you finna lose. It ain't like, oh, I can't go to work tomorrow. It's something you work for your whole life. And you understood. She said it herself. I understand that it was a banned substance. So you flag on the play, bitch. You fucked up the church's money.
So what are we asking? Why are we still saying she should be able to run?
Right.
It's not even a question to me. Like, it's some dumb shit to do. Like, if she went on TV and said, like, I knew what I was doing, players fuck up, it is what it is. Like,
let it go.
I feel bad for her because, you know, she had just lost her mom and shit. Probably couldn't think of another way to cope. But the way that she chose to cope was going to fuck up her going to the Olympics, and she knew it.
And we still support you, Queen. We support you. We stand for you.
Yeah,
but these
like
people
I'm still.
trying to act like she's supposed to be an exception to the rule. You're not, sweetheart. You're black. First of all, you was never gonna be an exception to the rule.
Yeah, I agree with that totally. Ain't no exceptions, and plus, all athletes have a code of conduct that they have to adhere by. Every single athlete. So, yeah, I get that. I just, you know, we just want to, you know, be like, look, man.
I still support you. I stand for you. You gonna come back next year and you gonna fuck them up. Like, but this ain't your year, sis.
And then it was. I had heard a interesting point of view because, like, we only just thinking about Sha'Carri. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, she ran the fuck out that 100. Like, she was gonna go there and kill. It's some bras down there in Jamaica, Joe. like it's some real deals down there in Jamaica that was gonna get in her glamour. It was like two of them. You said what now?
I saw the two girls with the bad wigs, but they could run.
Jeez, like you had to talk about.
Facts is facts, you know.
Hey, it was terrible, bro. Ain't no way the line is supposed to be back here, but they can run. Probably because of the wind. It probably blew the wig a little further.
The wind from their speed was like
they ain't had that good guts to be in the front. That's all that was. Okay, I'm sorry.
But the people who saying they not gonna watch the Olympics, first of all, you probably don't watch that shit anyway. And we got other people to support. Y'all can't just say y'all not gonna watch it because she fucked up. Like, we got other black women we need to be supporting. Let's still watch. If you watch, I don't watch the shit anyway, so I don't give a fuck. But
you don't watch the Olympics?
You don't watch sports, period. Ask her right now what a point guard does. Tell you, what does a point guard do?
He guards the points.
He guards the points.
That's an intelligent answer.
We need to hurry up and move away from this subject. This nigga just said he guards the bro. You ain't got no brothers. You ain't like.
I do, but I don't watch the shit. I don't have something. It's not in me.
Shit, it wasn't around you either. Shit,
it was not.
Well, it was the view that I was speaking about was that there was a lot of people that was seeing it as a blessing in disguise because there's no guarantee that she was gonna go over there and kill. Like, she might have got over there and got murked but she would have got some endorsement money, so she fucked up the bag. Yeah, Nike put on. Yeah, she's still running the Nike shit. Like, she's still on the Nike campaign.
Yeah, but she would have got some Wheaties or some shit. She'd have checked the bag if she would have went.
Yeah, she'd have checked the bag, but it probably, you know what I'm saying, just put her in line to get more money in the future. You know what I mean? It's just, and then plus there'll probably be some, some reforms made or some second thoughts are done or you know, it ain't gonna be enough in time for her. But like, how people fuck up and then they come up with some shit later to help that fuck up. So that might be it. You know what I'm saying? But it's a wrap for that shit now. It's a wrap. Yeah. Wasn't gonna be nobody there to see her no motherfucking way. They told everybody they couldn't go to the.
Oh yeah, they locked the country down. State of emergency.
They should have just canceled the shit. Like I
know they was gonna cancel that, but
they thought everybody got vaccinations and they was gonna be all right.
They was putting motherfuckers to the front. Like it was people in India. It was people in India. Like Indian Olympic team was getting vaccinated before citizens.
Yeah, to make sure that because it's all about the money. The show must go on.
That's a whole nother topic because you can still catch COVID with a vaccination. So how that work?
Hey, if you put an athlete's life in front of a normal citizen, that's a problem.
Right? I don't ain't making me no money. Okay, we don't give a damn about you.
If that's the case, because the athlete, you know what? That's a whole nother topic.
Why what you cut yourself off for? Go say that ain't that shit.
The athletes is always put ahead of regular everybody. If a basketball player make more than a teacher, the basketball player make more than the president. Like, they go, wow, that's what they do.
But teachers ain't entertaining, and presidents can't dunk a basketball.
Exactly.
And the president damn near ain't even graduate high school. Okay, ain't no goddamn nothing to be president. It ain't no.
But I mean, that's the point. If they'll pay them more, if the standard is that they're higher up anyway, of course they push the citizens to the back to make sure they was vaccinated, to make sure people were still entertained and still get their money.
It's still shitty. Like, man, I'm just saying, especially like if you got a place like India with 4 billion people, and then you can just say, hey man, well listen, we're gonna go ahead and pump them full of it. Y'all just gonna have to wait. You got motherfuckers young and old dying.
But you gotta think about countries like that. They don't give a fuck about their citizens anyway. Half their citizens poor and they probably want to kill their ass off. So like they don't.
Damn.
No, I'm serious. Like, they don't want to feed them. They for damn sure ain't finna give them no vaccination. We don't even want to feed y'all ass. So,
Lord.
Well, I think the Olympics and vaccines are just one of several problems that India may have. I just like I mean, it's kind of funny how I just went to India because India, going toward the subject that I really wanted to speak to you guys about, India is one of the largest countries in the world, and they have a huge sexual assault and rape problem over there. Like a couple years ago, they the women, a group of women pulled a dude off a bus or some shit like that and killed him because he had raped somebody, and they just felt like they weren't going to get any justice. And women are raped so frequently over there that
and they don't even consider it rape because women don't have rights. So it's just like they don't consider it rape, which is why they don't prosecute it. It's like, you're a woman, I can do what I want to you, and
right.
That's what it is.
Right. And sadly, a lot of that shit is religion based. But what I wanted to speak to you guys about was one thing in particular, which was the criticism of a woman in her dress, as far as inviting that type of activity from a man. Now, I know that you guys had did a quick episode about it before, but as a father, what I wanted to do was to give you guys at least a live interpretation of how it is that we see that rule. So, and then I'd love to hear you guys, you know what I'm saying, get some feedback from you two about it. But being a dude who used to be a piece of shit, the what it is that you're taught by society, not necessarily somebody in your house, but by society, that women who are either inviting a man's attention or are looking for a man's attention dress in a way to garner it. So whether that be tight fitting clothes, that be a low slung blouse, showing more skin than, let's say, you would if you were in the gym or something, things of that nature. Those are cues that a woman is either available or seeking attention. It isn't until you get older that, and by what I mean by older is like 16, 17. I don't mean like 30, 40. But by like 16, 17, once you get in like high school and shit like that, you start to get around girls who are developing and are dressing in an alluring way. Not necessarily on purpose.
Right.
I really need to make that clear that every woman doesn't dress to be alluring on purpose. And what it is that you're taught at that point is that you need to start asking permission either to touch or to hug or things like that. And it's in that dynamic that most dudes learn what to and what not to do. However, like when we was coming up though, like all of the videos show, like, if you got this, the girls dress like this, so you act like this. That's what it is that you see all the time. So what you end up as a man growing up and doing is telling your daughter, your niece, your little cousins, any young woman or any woman near you,
you can't wear that shit. You can't dress like that.
Don't dress like that. Hoes dress like that. Girls that be wanting attention and shit dress like that. Don't dress like that. If you dress like that, some dude's gonna be fucking with you all the time. Nobody got time for that shit. Don't dress like that. You can. But it ends up turning into you gonna have the wrong motherfucker looking at you. You gonna have the wrong motherfucker talking to you,
and it's gonna be your
ends
fault
up blaming the girl.
Shit on.
Right. It ends up blaming the girl for how it is that somebody else acts. And I truly believe that that's wrong, but I really wanted to get to the beginning of how that train of thought happens. So what is it that you two believe fathers or young men should be talking to their sisters, or how should they be talking to their sisters, their significant others, their daughters, about what their expectations are, or what the expectations become of them once they either become of age or they start to advance past puberty for their presentation in society?
I think that the whole conversation is just really, it's a tricky conversation, because it's like you are taught to present yourself a certain way. Like, it's like, if you want somebody to take you serious, you dress this certain type of way. And if you like you said, if you dress this certain type of way, of course somebody's going to want to touch you. That's how we think about it. And it's like, for me, I developed, by the time I was in 5th grade, I was in a D cup. But as a kid, you happy, like, oh, I got some titties, you know what I'm saying? So I was the girl that did. In high school, I remember I used to come to high school in see-through shirts or tight-fitted shirts. And it wasn't until, I think I had went to like a party at the Dalton Expo. I don't know if y'all remember that.
What the fuck was you doing out there? Oh Lord!
I was in high school and I had nice boobs, so I used to love to wear like crop tops, and I had on like a a tube top that tied in the back, and this guy was trying to talk to me. I was like, no, I'm cool. And he was like, well, you shouldn't be dressed like that, B. And he snatched the back of my crop top, and so all my boobs was out. He snatched the back up and ripped the strings. And at that point, I'm like, okay, I felt like kind of like it was kind of my fault. Like, well, maybe I shouldn't have been dressed like that, you know? So I know as an adult, you don't have the right to touch me unless I invite you to touch me. But then in the back of your mind, you think like, well, maybe if something like that happens to you, you're going to think like, well, maybe, you know, if I wasn't dressed this way, then he wouldn't have the opportunity to do that. So I just feel like it's really a conversation you really have to sit down and have like a dialogue with your kids, because it's like a back and forth conversation. You teach them that nobody should touch you, man or woman, because these little girls are grabbing little boys' penises and everything else. So it is a conversation like nobody has the right to touch
dick grabbing now?
These little girls is hot, baby. They is reaching down, grabbing, asking to get these little boys' head. Like, it's crazy. So that is a conversation you have with your kids. But when I look at Instagram and I see, like, let's say Ari, for example, G Herbo baby mama, you got everything out, titties, nipples, ass. It's like, I'm not saying nobody has the right to touch you, but baby. So I don't know. It's just a conversation that you really have to think about when you're having with your kids or having with anybody. And you just got to explain to them, nobody has the right to touch you. Should you present yourself? You can present yourself however you want. But I just think in the back of my head, I do keep in mind that if I wear this, it's a possibility that somebody who was not taught correctly will try me.
Okay, I want my opinion. Here's my opinion. I think first of all that I've always hated, even since I was a little girl, when you in the house with your grandma and your uncles and stuff, and they always say stuff like, put some clothes on, there's men in this house. Bothers me to death. Because why are you worried about me as a little girl instead of this grown-ass man who might be the one looking at me? That's my problem with society as a whole.
That's because they can control you. They can't control dudes.
Exactly.
But that's not the point. The point is, if you can't trust that man and you feel like he's going to be looking at something, then he doesn't need to be in your house.
Even if I trust them, like,
dudes just don't trust dudes, period. Like, I'm just saying, dudes just don't trust dudes, period.
That's not the problem. The problem is, holistically, everything always boils down to what the female is doing. It's never enough accountability for what the man is doing. I don't give a damn if I come outside with my whole ass out. Do not touch me. That does not mean that you have the right to touch me. That does not mean I'm inviting you to touch me. It's my body. I do what I want with my body when I want, and you find you some business.
I agree, but you can't control people. So when my daughter in the house with her cousins, her cousins, I don't think that they will ever touch her, look at her, but no, go put on some bigger pants, because my daughter has a shape. When her cousins come over here, go put on some jogging pants. I don't trust that they're not gonna do nothing to her, but it's just still for me to point.
I'm not gonna embed that into no young female mentally, because what it does is make them feel like at the end of the day, whatever happens is going to be their fault. And
no, I don't think it makes them feel that way.
I disagree with that too.
Yeah, I disagree with that.
Because only reason why people do, like, well, my opinion, like I said, this is my opinion, this is the way I am, and this is the way I'm going to continue to be. At the end of the day, I'm going to hold whomever is doing something accountable for what they are doing.
Of course, I am too, but
that's what you should do.
Nothing that I wear, nothing that I walk around in is rhyme, reason, or fact enough for it to be like, well, maybe. No, it's no maybe. It's not your fault. It's their fault.
It completely is their fault, but we just saying, like, hey, still
need to, at the end of the day, not necessarily say something to their daughters, and it's mothers too, matter of fact, just parents as a whole need to stop saying stuff to their daughters and start talking to their sons and make sure that their sons understand what boundaries are, what respect is. If the girl is outside with her whole ass out, don't touch her.
No, I completely agree with you, but this to the point of when you were speaking about having young girls put on bigger clothes or put on more clothes when there are men in the house, it really goes to instilling in her to wear clothes when there are men present. And it isn't because there's a fear that she's going to be held responsible for what it is that she's wearing, but it's to not trust every man that you around. Like to not necessarily that you can't feel comfortable at home, but just don't be trusting somebody because, oh, that's my mama's friend, or oh, that's my cousin, or anything like that. Like just cover yourself up just in case. Like that's pretty much all that is.
Problem that I have is the just in case. Like, if you feel like that about somebody in the just in case, why are they there?
I don't feel like that, but you can't control nobody else and what they do and their thoughts. I don't know your thoughts. I trust that you're not thinking that way, but I'm not in your head. I don't know. So I'm not gonna blame my daughter and ever say nothing is her fault, but still,
right, I wouldn't either.
To have on some clothes
and certain, you know what I'm saying, you are supposed to dress appropriately. Everything has a code, you know, a conduct. Okay, you come to church a certain way, you come to work a certain way, you go outside a certain way because you're outside. At home though, like
when you have company, you should still dress a certain way because that's company. Right. That's not the people who live in your house. We're speaking of company.
There's so many women and men who put so much responsibility on young women and women, which is why women as a whole don't tell you when they raped. That's why women as a whole don't tell when they're molested, because the first thing that comes out of people's mouth is, or the first thought is, what did she do? Instead of, what is it? Where is the responsibility on these men? And that's
my son, when we have company over, if Tasia, your daughter come over here, somebody put on some shorts. You're not gonna walk around them little ass drawers. Put on some shorts. Now, if you home and it's just us, cool. But when you have company, put something on.
Yeah, I don't let the young men in my house walk around without their shirt on either. Like it's more of a unity thing. Like just walk around with some clothes on. Like it, and to be honest, like I honestly tell the young girls to put clothes on when there are men around, because I don't want them to get comfortable enough to dress that way around other men until they are either with a significant other or with a husband or something like that, because you just don't know what another man is thinking or what another man feels as if he is entitled to do based off of the way that you dress. Now, I'm not saying that that's the right thing or anything like that, but what I'm saying is, or really what I'm asking, is because I told y'all before we even started how the fuck I got to the point of saying that. Like, hey man, put some clothes on. I told you that it started from being little and progressing further. And I played catch a girl, kiss a girl too. All of them girls had on jeans and t-shirts, big ass bubble coats, and all types of shit. So it didn't have nothing to do. Yeah, it didn't have nothing to do with what they had on. It was just ingrained. Like, you got that fucking rape culture ingrained in you. So I don't even know. I'm just being honest. I don't even know what the first lesson is to teach a son or a young daughter. Hey, this is how we prevent this.
These days, you got to teach, especially with consent. I don't give a fuck, especially when you underage. Let's just say, it's like these days, the boy might be like 15, the girl might be 13 and shit. These little girls date older boys. So
fucking disgusting.
Consent. Anything that goes on, baby, I want you to, I'm gonna teach my son, they need to say out of their mouths what they consent to, because a girl will get mad at you and say, you did this and the third. No, we want consent. I want consent out of your mouth. Is this okay? Because no.
And then just being a dad, like, I don't want for my daughter to ever feel like she can't tell me if something happened to her. But I also don't know if I'm subconsciously blaming her for anything that happens to her before it even happens.
It depends on how you address it. Are you asking her, like, if she came and told you this happened to me, Dad, are you gonna ask her, well, what did you have on? Well, where were you? Well, why were you there? It's when somebody tell you they were something happened to them, none of those questions should be why, where were you at, what were you doing there? It should be, okay, I understand.
And I can say that from personal experience. The first thing that anybody, whether it's your best friend, your sister, your brother, your mama, the first thing come out of everybody's mouth was, where were you? What did you have on? What were you doing? I mean, I'm sorry.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm guilty of the where were you, but not what did you have on? Because like I said,
and what should the first question be, Shannon? That's what I'm asking. Like, what should the first?
Are you okay? The first question should be, do you need me to do anything?
But where were you not a valid question? I'm just asking because I want to understand that too.
Okay, if somebody is telling you something is happening to them or has happened in that moment, they're super vulnerable. Understand 9 times out of 10, they didn't want to say anything because they don't want to be questioned. You know understand what I'm saying? All they want is for somebody to understand this happened to them. I'm hurting behind this happened to me. Somebody needs to make sure I'm okay.
Okay.
And so even when, just like if you're upset about anything and you're super upset, if somebody tell you to calm down, what's the first thing you do?
Get excited.
Not calm down.
Exactly. So if I'm hurt and I'm telling you I'm hurt and you like, well, where were you? Well, now you're pissing me off because you're not even taking the time to understand that I'm hurt. The first thing that you should do is say, are you okay? Do you need me to do something? Not question me, because that's you're making me feel as if, regardless of what the questions are, if it's not are you okay or can I help you, the first thing that you're doing is subconsciously making me feel like wherever I was, it was my fault.
Okay.
That's not fair. And that's my point. Like I said, from personal experience, that's not okay. And that's why I stand on what I stand on. I don't care what I do. I don't care what I have on. Do not put your hands on me. And that's what, and from a mother's perspective to my daughter, I teach her about respecting herself, period. Because if you respect yourself, period, then you come off with a certain demeanor. It don't matter if you butt naked.
But you can't say that either, because even if you don't respect yourself and something happened to you, you can't be like, well, you didn't respect yourself.
Just have a refusal to make my child or my son or my daughter ever feel like if something happened to them, it's because they put themselves in a circumstance.
No, but I'm just saying, you just said you want to make sure that that they respect that. I don't know. I just feel like, I don't know, maybe sometimes the word, when you in that situation, even the person who asking questions, I don't think it's all necessarily to make you feel that way. I understand what you're saying because you feel how you feel. But people who don't respect themselves, like I said, you got your ass out. I may feel like you don't respect yourself, but that don't, like you said, that don't give you a right to touch me, period.
But
right. And just to get back, I'm sorry to cut you off, Shannon, but just to get back to it just being about the clothes, like right, just to get back to it.
Nobody has the right to touch you, period. That's what I'm saying. But that mean I to feel like you don't respect yourself, but still, I don't give a fuck if you do it, you don't touch me. Like, period.
Right. Nobody's saying that it's okay to touch anybody. That's not what I'm saying at all. But to get back to what it was about the clothes that I was talking about, you said, right, Shannon, that you teach your daughter to respect herself at all times. Is it possible to dress alluringly and be and have self-respect? I don't know. That's why I'm asking the question. Yeah. So how does that look? So a man who has been taught that if you dress this way, this is who you are. What is it that a man can? Is there something that a man can pick up on? Is it something that a man can?
Consent. You don't touch nobody unless they tell you to touch them. It's consent. I don't give a fuck.
So just ask.
I mean, that's pretty much all you can do. Why you just walking up touching people? Don't touch me unless I invite you into my space. A man will walk up on you and be so close to you, you have to kind of be like, step back a little bit. I didn't invite you into my space, so give me 6 feet. Like, it's consent.
Understand, when you wear stuff, it doesn't mean that you're wearing it for them. You might actually like the way you look in your dress. You might actually like the way your curves look. You're happy about that. Maybe you was working out and you lost them 20 pounds and you want to wear this dress because you feel fat of yourself. Like,
or your boobs was looking good that day. Because I know, like I said, when I finally got boobs, I was so happy with myself.
Like I say, you didn't know me a very long time. When we was in high school, I used to wear halter tops. And so I had a shape. It was because I could, not because, oh, look at me, I want you to touch me. It was because don't touch me, really. I put it on so you can understand. Don't put your hands on me. I'm too fat. Don't touch me. Don't do that.
Wait, what? Hold on. So, okay, so you dressed specifically to say, look, don't touch?
Exactly. And that's most women. Most women ain't gonna.
I was just gonna say, because a man, you're gonna know if I want you to touch me, because I'm gonna invite you into my space. I'm gonna step into your space. But for you to just think that you can step into my personal space, that's a problem.
Man, it's so fucking weird, man. Like, I don't really think y'all understand the type of mixed signals the dudes are taught. Like, so the first one, The first one is to be aggressive. So don't no woman want a timid man. Don't no woman want a man that ain't sure of himself or anything like that. Now most dudes only learn
that's
aggression.
being confident though. Y'all misconstruing that. It's the
This is what I'm trying to like. Listen to me though, because most men don't learn aggression outside of a playing field or outside of a court. So the only aggression that we really learn is in physical activity. It's not.
You trying to hit me with the block? You gonna stand in front of me? Boom! I gotta fall like.
No. What I'm saying is, it's completely different to be aggressive in your speech and just to be confident in what it is that you're saying and to express express assertiveness in your voice and in your speech and in the words that you use. That's one form of aggression. And there's another form of aggression that's physical. What I'm telling you is that men generally only learn physical aggression. Okay. So when boys are taught physical aggression. So man, you got to be aggressive. You got to be assertive. That means, okay, I need to go after it. It doesn't have anything to do with speaking with confidence or learning power words or anything like that. It doesn't translate that way. That's not how we are taught. And then at the same time, you got women who are dressing to look at me but don't touch. So how do we fucking find out if this is the girl that you like? How do we find out if it's just look at me, don't touch versus, hey, I like you, you can come over? Like, and then if y'all both look alike, because I'm not being funny and I'm not cracking jokes, but if y'all both look alike and one of y'all is looking the same way, y'all both looking the same way, but her energy is this way and her energy is that way. And every time I talk to the girl, she got the same energy as the Udi. How do I know that the cannon is the one that you just don't fucking go to? How the fuck am I supposed to determine that?
Because it's energy. When me and Shannon in the club,
you gotta feel it. Here's a
very standoffish. People don't even.
I was just about to say, when we go outside, here's the thing. When we go outside, everybody is aware. From the time we hit the door, Shannon is the one to talk to. She's going to be fun.
If they want to talk to me, they're going to talk to Shannon first and feel out the vibe. We see her energy as don't fucking even walk over here.
That is so weird because that is not the energy I got from the video. I wanted to talk to TJ first. Maybe it's because I knew you. Maybe it's because I knew Shannon and I know she ain't shit. So I just wanted to talk to somebody. I don't know.
You're sick of my shit too long, but. But
you gonna feel the energy. Like I said, it's gonna be inviting or it's not gonna be. I'm gonna invite you into my space. I'm gonna smile at you a certain way. That don't mean touch me, but I'm inviting you to at least come and get a little bit closer or to have a conversation.
And see, my thing is, we cool. Hey, boo, how you doing? All right now, okay. Now you're too close. I will shoot you. Don't do that. But it's not a problem with you being around me. But like she said, it's you're going to know. If you're paying attention, if you're paying attention, you're going to understand who to talk to. We've even been in situations where if it's all of us together, like all 6, 7 of us together, a man will start a conversation with all 7 of us.
Just to see which one of us gonna give him the energy to take
it a little bit further. Do that? Hell yeah, that's what you're supposed to do, man. Which one of these motherfuckers is going?
You understand at that point? Okay, she might have been the one that was naked as hell. And she was cool, but she ain't really fucking with me. Like, you know what I'm saying? So let me go over here to Shorty because she's more inviting and she might be all the way dressed. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, they talk about me all day. I always got something out. Whatever. It's there. I can't help it. It's going to be there.
You always got a titty out, an ass cheek.
All the time. All the time. All the time. Like, but that don't mean I want you to touch me.
And then, like I said, you were talking about aggression, like that's scary to me. If you're that aggressive, you feel like you just want to walk up and just touch me, like, or like when you in a club, somebody walk up to you and grab your arm, like now I got to fucking elbow you because don't fucking touch me.
That's not what I mean at all. I do
what
not
you
mean.
meant, but that's what I'm saying. It's still men out here who do that, who walk right up on you.
That is exactly what I was speaking to, though. I was definitely speaking to that physical aggression that most men are like, hey, man, you want an aggressive, you want a man that got some aggression, you know what I'm saying? That's what you want. So let me show you that that's the kind of man that I am. You know what I'm saying? It's the same type. It will be the same type of energy, just how we was taught. Like in the videos that, man, girls only talk to you if you got some bread. If you ain't got no bread, then the girl ain't gonna talk to you. If you ain't got this car, then the girl won't talk to you. Every dude on this planet ain't even dressing for girls. They dressing to separate themselves from the dudes. Like that's what it is. So if they can separate themselves from the dudes, then maybe the girls will like me a little more. But the girls ain't liking me, so maybe I need to go to them. Hey man, I need you to see. Hey man, look at me, man. Look at me. You don't see this shit I got on, motherfucker. Like, man, you don't see this shit. And then don't act like y'all ain't never had a dude walk up to y'all like that before. But that's where that shit come from.
Like, no BS. I just had a man yesterday tell me I work entirely too much, blah, blah, blah. I say, baby, I don't care. The man pull out a wad of money, like, yeah, because you supposed to stay home. And I'd be like, baby, I got you. It's $5,000 a day.
No, that nigga crazy.
I hung up on
deranged.
My whole thing is, like you said, if we are in a club and you grab me and I snatch away and now you want to fight, like, what
That's
be going
clear.
through those type of niggas' mind? Like,
but a lot of that shit is fear of rejection. Like, you can't, like, and I know that y'all, yes.
My man, you touching me, like, you didn't
right, and if I snatch away, you can be like, my bad, boo, I wasn't trying to address you like that or walk away. But the niggas who be like ready to fight a female, like, well, bitch, fuck you, and like, sir, your mama not hug you.
Them dudes don't love their mama. You know what I'm saying? But it's a
dude. I was just gonna say, boy, fuck your mama. Okay, cool. Okay.
But I mean, that's just what it is. I mean, I don't like I ain't had to holler at a girl in the club in a long ass fucking time. But at the same time, I know that there's rules and there's rules and principles behind this shit. So I've never been that physical aggressive person or male with a woman. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll state my intentions and I'll state what it is that I like and shit like that. But outside of that, I'm not finna touch your motherfucking ass. Like, I man, get the, like, motherfuckers start dancing too close. Like, man, Joe, hey. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, I'll be dancing side to side next to a motherfucker. Hey, man, we could do the hip bump or some shit. Cause like that energy, like you said, like a motherfucker touch you, or you brush up against somebody wrong and they accusing you of rape, or they accusing you of sexual assault, and that shit ain't no joke. Like, cause it's real hard. Just as hard as you guys believe it, well, just as hard as you women know how hard it is for you to be believed when you are sexually assaulted, it's even harder as a man to get out of that shit.
Right.
Because once you get accused, that's it. Like, you carry that for the rest of your fucking life. Like, whether you get found guilty or not. Like, once you accused, like, hey, like, motherfuckers start
like a big format, because when men get accused, right? Like, I mean, not being funny, but when men get accused, like in smaller circles or like you hear certain stuff, people don't react to them differently. They kind of still treat them the same.
What circle you in?
I mean, this is real.
Motherfuckers get ostracized in mine, like we because we got babies and shit. Like
I'm not saying because you do know you get what I'm saying, like on the levels. Like, I've heard situations where dudes been like, when somebody accused the dude of being like, well, he took advantage of me or whatever, but you know, as a
be like you feel like the freaky uncle, like folks be on that, man, watch him. It ain't like really necessarily he's ostracized, but like, yeah, folks be on that.
He still is cool to be around. Like,
yeah.
I don't hang out with people like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't like if there's a founded accusation, because like I said, once you get accused of some shit like that, I want to say this so that I don't sound like a fucking idiot and nobody accuses me of sympathizing. What I'm saying is that as a woman, one of the most powerful tools that you have is your voice. So if as a woman you say, hey, this man did this, right? And that man, you know what I'm saying, that man stands accused of, you know what I'm saying, being a predator or sexually assaulting somebody. So once he's accused, if the people that are around him are of the ilk to hold him accountable for what it is that he's been accused of, there's no coming back from that, because there are too many different levels that you can potentially hurt somebody else. Like you can either hurt my young child, or you can hurt my teenage daughter, or you can hurt my sister, or you can hurt my mom. Like it's too many different levels to that shit to keep you around once you get accused of some shit like that in a valid format.
I can
If
say
you have
that
a friend that was hella aggressive, because I know when me and Shannon was out, we was out on 75th and we was with some guys, and it was one guy, he was just like hella aggressive. Just he wasn't necessarily like grabbing like private parts or nothing, but he was just hella like touchy and aggressive, right? And so it was to the point where I was damn near like running in circles, running from his ass. And so, but none of the guys that was outside was like, "Hey, chill out." It was just like they was like kind of watching until a situation happened, and everybody was like, you know, but like, do you tell your friend like, "Hey, like, chill"? Like,
you have to physically put hands on dude. Like, chill the fuck out. Like, what the fuck is you doing? Like, I mean, in the circles that I've been in, that's just how it went. Like, if you start getting out of pocket, like it's not up once she tells you no, that's it. Like, if all of the dudes around you become like all of the dudes that you are there with become your like de facto protectors. Like, hey, she said stop, man. Hey man, we gonna fuck around and take your ass home, or we gonna fuck around and put your ass out. Like, that's just what it is.
Here go a double conundrum though, because I feel like women need to know how to say no for real. Like, no,
Shannon, you can't go down that street. Shannon, you can't go down that street,
baby, because if
Shannon,
I say
you can't
no,
go down
even
that street. Shannon, you can't go down that street and still say
no. You can't. No, G, that's
no. You cannot. You cannot be giggly, hee high. And no, if no is no, get the fuck away from me. Not
Shannon, that you can't go down that street, because that's the same shit with the clothes, man. That's the same shit with what you wearing some fucking tights and shit.
If she got on something with her titties out and somebody touch her, that's the same, like what you saying.
That's the same shit.
Like, if I say no, whether I was giggling or not, like, no, nigga, stop touching me. Like, maybe.
But if you're not saying, okay, y'all saying two things that are not making sense. Y'all saying to me that men are taught from the beginning that if a woman dressed this way, and if she this way and she that way, then that means this, that, and the other. That's what y'all are both really agreeing to.
I never said that.
I said that.
Okay. Okay, then Toya, you're saying like, okay, you have to cover up because of this. You have to cover up because of that.
I didn't say that either.
You said if you're in the house, maybe I'm in a different conversation.
No, you just mixing up two different things. I'm saying talking
about. Did you not say that if you're in the house and it's men in the house, that the girl have to cover up because it's men in the house?
My kid, yes.
Okay, I mean, do you feel the same way about a grown woman?
No, I'm talking about a kid who does not have a voice, a kid who does not have
that's what we were talking about. We were talking about kids.
Anything. I'm talking about a kid.
We weren't talking about your grown ass walking around with Earl and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, we weren't talking about that.
That was Earl. But,
random ass old person name. Like, we damn near 40. Earl sound like a name that you'll run into, nigga. Like,
but nah, I'm saying this to say, like I said, I don't know. I'm just different. If I'm playing, I'm playing. If I'm not, I'm not. I'm not going to give you like, if I say no, it's no. Stop touching me. Like, and it's just that simple. It's just that plain. I don't feel like people should play with whatever, but that's just me. Like I said, me wearing whatever I want to wear is me wearing whatever I want to wear. You haven't touched me. You haven't put your hands on me. You haven't came into my space. Again, it doesn't mean that I'm inviting you. But if you touch me and I be like, hey, boy, stop playing.
We ain't talking about that.
If I don't even know you, especially if I don't even know you like that, and I say that after the first time, you shouldn't even want to play with me no more. I don't want to play with somebody who tell me, stop playing. Like, no, like, no.
If you like stop playing and you elbow me, it's completely different.
That's not.
That's what I'm saying. It's stop playing. It's stop playing. Like, no.
Yeah. Like, if your no means no, then you need to keep that energy. Like, all of this kiki and shit that you doing.
Right,
like, you saying that you flirting
and no, we talking about dude on 75th. I didn't know dude, so I was fake. I'm not. Let me go. Like,
I'm not gonna kiki with no nigga outside in the street. I'm not gonna kiki with my
Shannon,
nigga.
no, Shannon. This is what I'm saying. Like when you first started going down that road, what you said was you might be laughing and talking and all of that other type of shit.
Right. I said I'm the more inviting friend. I am the more inviting friend. I'm more inviting, period. I'm going to be that way. But I'm not. My point is, I am the more inviting one. I'm going to laugh and play. When I'm dead ass serious, you're going to know I'm dead ass serious. I'm not going to still be kiki high when I'm dead ass serious. You're going to know I'm dead ass serious. That's my point. Energy. I'm staying on the same topic. If I have my energy is going to switch, it's going to change in whatever mood that I'm in. If it's no, it's no. Do not fucking touch me. I don't give a fuck if I was just laughing 5 minutes ago. You're gonna know. Don't fucking put your hands on. And you're gonna know that. And that's that on that. And I don't give a fuck what nobody say or think.
I don't know. I just think you throwing out a lot of mixed signals, B. Like
That's not at all. If the that's what I'm saying. This is why I don't relate to most people, because at the end of the day, if the fact of the matter is we're talking about energies, you can feel the way a person is feeling, you can feel the way a person is thinking. If my energy changes, that means that your energy instantly changes. It does not give you the I don't know the right word. It does not give you the permission to continue if I'm not playing. It's just like when you was a kid.
But 90% of communication is nonverbal. Like if you I just said
touch me. Like
that's not what I'm talking about. Everything leading up to your switch, like that, everything that leads up to that switch. I had just said, like, this whole conversation that men have been given like mixed signals and taught right things and wrong things and put them in wrong and be in situations and apply the wrong lesson to the right thing and all types of shit. So when a man is teaching his daughter or like his whatever young lady is in his life, hey, don't dress this way because this invites this, that, and the third, right? And then you saying like, nah, man, a motherfucker should be able to wear whatever the fuck they want to wear, and that don't mean that you come and touch me. Okay, cool. I could teach that, right? That's an easy ass lesson to teach. Like, man, just because you dressing this way don't mean that you giving the motherfucker the green light to come and touch you. I understand that. I can rock with that. What you saying is that you gonna dress that way and you gonna flirt. Now, what you saying is that you're gonna flirt and then you're gonna be inviting and you're gonna be welcoming and then you're gonna be kind and all this social shit while you out in public and shit. And then as soon as what you want to do is you want to change your energy. You want to change your energy, and that change in energy should stop all interactions on a dot, because what you're doing is changing your energy. And then after you change your energy, you say no, and that no should stop everything. It should stop. Like, it shouldn't be no playing around. It shouldn't be none of that shit and everything like that. And all I'm saying is that but that's not what the visual cues that you've given up until that point have led somebody down the path to think that you are inviting them in. So when you change your mind like that, it's confusing. I'm not saying that it's wrong. I'm not saying anything like that. I'm just saying that it's confusing.
That's what I'm saying. Number one, just because I'm cool, cordial, the person that you can talk to don't mean I'm flirting. That's the first thing. Secondary to that, it still should be that you got to understand that if the conversation is going a certain way, if I do then change, it's something that happened in that conversation, something I didn't like, something that I've taken in, something that is happening in that moment that's going to change my energy at that point. And regardless of whatever I said, because ain't that what we just was talking about again? We just talking about consent. So it don't matter if the girl laid in the bed, laid with her legs wide open and said, come on.
Right, but then you just said that if I'm laughing when I say stop, then of course I can't expect them to take me serious. That's
what I'm saying is you have to, it's still a line. You have to be able to, at the end of the day, communicate what you're saying effectively.
Because if I'm saying what you just said, if I say no and I'm laughing, I can't expect him to,
because that's not
no is no
communication. Listen to what I'm saying. If if that's the case, then that means that everybody, because you're going to have the girl who was playing, and your child, your son may not be able to differentiate that.
Once she say no, I don't give a fuck if she laughing, ha ha. Once she say no, it's time for you to step away until she gives you consent to come back. So
but you do understand that is not the way that the world works, right?
That's clearly nothing is the way the world works. That's clearly what we're talking about.
But that's my point. So again,
no, but you basically just told me because I laughed.
I didn't tell you because you laughed. What I'm saying is, I feel like my personal opinion is that as a woman, if you're dead ass serious, be dead ass serious. That's just how I feel about it. I'm not saying it makes it right the same way y'all said. I'm not saying that it's right if he touch you, but Okay.
But some people laugh in uncomfortable situations is what I'm saying. You can't stay.
At the end of the day, okay, that's fine. Y'all feel like how y'all feel. You're not saying that is right if she get touched, but whatever. And I feel like I feel. I ain't saying
whoa. I never said that. I never said that. I never said it was okay to touch anybody. I never said that. All I was saying was that the line gets blurred. That's all I was saying is that you blurring the line. Like if you're not if I'm telling you how
you saying no, the line is blurred. Period.
You wait a minute, hold on. Like say that whole sentence again.
The line is blurred if you're laughing and giggling like, oh no, that's okay. The line is blurred.
Right.
Okay, so we agree.
That's not how you presented that shit. It was something off about the way that you presented that shit.
That's it. But I just said the same thing. That's what I'm saying. Y'all, I'm saying the same thing. If you're laughing and giggling, saying no, the line is blurred. There's no indication of what you're trying to say or no, because it's too many emotions. When you dead ass, be dead ass. Period. That's all I'm saying.
I still don't agree with that sentiment because I know even for me, sometimes I laugh when I'm in an uncomfortable situation. Some people have different mechanisms for different shit. If I say no, like with this particular situation I'm talking about, I don't even know dude. So when he touching me, we all in a friendly situation. So I'm laughing like, stop playing. Yes, I did giggle because we all kicking it, but I'm like, no, stop playing. I said, stop playing. I said, no, stop fucking touching me. I'm laughing because I'm trying to make light of an uncomfortable situation. I laugh sometimes when I'm uncomfortable just to, that's my mechanism. So I don't give a fuck if I did laugh. If I said, no, don't touch me, stop fucking touching me. Now, the second or third time, I may be like, nigga, stop fucking touching me. But when I said it the first time, I don't know you, you don't know me. Stop fucking touching me, whether I laughed or not. Stop fucking touching me. Period.
Like I say, if the basis is going to be the basis, if it's energy and blah, then at the end of the day, you have to give off a certain energy. That's what we're saying.
But I said in the beginning, like, I have to invite you into my space. Energy or not, let me invite consent. I've been saying that the whole time. Consent. Let me invite you into my space. So that's verbal. I'm going to say like, okay, cool. Or like, so that even don't correlate for me, what you're saying. Like,
I get it. Like I say, I don't, a lot of things, like I say, even from the beginning of y'all conversation, I don't agree with the stuff I'm hearing. I don't agree with it. I feel like a lot of the stuff y'all was saying leaves a lot of blurred lines in between. But if that's the case, everything, that's my point. That's why everything is to perception. Everything is left up to perception. Whether the man feel a certain way, you feel a certain way, I feel a certain way. The only thing that I get out of this conversation is that everybody's going to perceive something differently. So,
but what's unique though is that in Toya's situation, she was not being inviting, she was not being alluring, she was not doing any of that. And in her nervousness, she was laughing and saying no. What you're saying is that in your allure and in your and in your behavior, as far as being inviting and hey, kiki and ha and shit, and that blurred line, because what she was doing was not blurred. Her saying no from an advance that she did not say hey, didn't smile or wave or none of that shit and anything like that. Versus,
that's making me mad. That's making me mad.
I'm not trying to make you mad. What I'm trying to get you to understand is how it is that we get to this point. That's what I'm trying to get you to understand.
But what the problem that I'm having is that the first thing that you're saying is because you're smiling or you're whatever, then that's something else, and that's like I say, this conversation is something that I don't normally have with men or women, because at the end of the day, it's too much. Everything at the end of the day is going to be perception, period. So,
but that's how we get to this point, though. Like, if I'm looking at you and that's what it is that I think, If I'm looking at you and then I see, okay, she's attractive and she's smiling at me, right? And she's smiling at me and she's friendly with me. And then I go to you when I start talking to you or whatever. I am not saying that it's okay to touch you. It is still not okay to touch you at this point. However, if you start saying no as you're smiling and giggling, I have no idea if you're serious or not. That's what I'm saying.
Same thing now at this point.
That's what I said.
Okay, I did not understand that. I just wanted to be
the
clear
same
about
thing
that.
at this point.
Exactly what I just said. I'm not gonna be like, no, I'm not. I'll be like, get the fuck on, fam, with your goofy ass. You gonna turn around.
What is it about Chicago motherfuckers and goof ass? Do y'all hear that shit? That's just a clear, man. I don't hear nowhere else but home. Like, man, the motherfucker call your ass goofy, man. It's damn near like calling you a bitch. I don't know why.
It ain't even like goofy with a wise. Get your goof ass out of here.
They just drop the Y, like just goof ass.
You ain't serious until you drop the Y, like
and it's almost like your head drop at the same time the Y drop. So goof ass.
You gotta say it. That's exactly how you have to say it. I agree.
God damn, so and that's clear. Like that's clear, universal, man. I just wish that we could get to it about all things, man, because it's something that I really just want to get to a point where we just understood each other. We just understand each other better because the without some, and I understand, Shannon, you not wanting to talk about these type of things in mixed audience or even same audiences, but without your perspective and even TJ, without your perspective, let's fatten the motherfucker. You don't get that understanding about what it is that's expected and not expected, or what's acceptable and not acceptable. Like if I don't talk to you, or if I'm getting all of my advice from dudes, like I've been doing, like I was doing from the time that I was little until I was like 18 and shit, listening to dudes telling me like, oh yeah, man, it's 3 different times. You can either have sex, you can fuck, or you can make love. Like it's 3 different. Like what the fuck is that? Like I'm dead ass. The first sex conversation I had, that's what the motherfucker told me.
So what's the difference between sex and fucking? Like I understand the making love, but what's sex and then what's fucking?
I think it's nothing between none of them. I think it's all the same. Period.
It's the same shit. It's the same shit. It's the same shit. What, I kiss you more than one?
Huh?
I kiss you more than one? Is that what it is?
Oh, he kissed me in my eyeball. It was beautiful.
Whatever.
he bit my ear. Like how the fuck is it that you determine that shit?
Look, he whispered in my ear and said, "It's Chicago, nigga." That's how you know you making love.
Wow.
He told you he's gonna bring you Italian beef dip. Okay, yeah, we good.
How your shit related to food? You niggas. Oh my god, man.
That's my love language.
That's her love language for real.
How the fuck is Italian beef?
If we beefing and you ask me what I want to eat,
they're gonna be back. I ain't gonna be back because boy, fuck you had that food, but
oh my god. But but no, I never like I said, man, nah. Like had I just continued to listen to dudes, like I would still be walking around thinking it was 3 different strokes and shit. And it ain't, you know what I'm saying? They all the same and shit. So like
women teach women that dumb shit too. Like, oh, he loves you when he does it like this. And oh, you're just a slut if you do it like this. And oh, but if you do it like this, girl, shit.
I ain't never heard no woman say that.
Cause cancer shit.
Oh, a lie? Who you ain't never heard no woman say, he slutted me out. He ain't even
I'm saying if he do this during sex, he loves you. Like, no, people just make their own assumptions.
Women be like, all he want to do is he only want to do it from the back.
Because I feel like if it's missionary, we in love. So everybody got different. Like, you love me if it's missionary.
Like, what does that mean? Like, what does that even mean?
That ain't even it, Joe. It'd just be easier.
That might just be good at his strong at. Like,
and that's fine, but baby, in my head, we here.
Like what? Like when you was like 18?
No, she mean like right now.
No, I mean like right now.
Oh, bad niggas lying.
A man didn't tell me that. I came up with that on my own.
Oh my
But
God,
I don't
man.
spread my propaganda to other people. That's my
This
own.
shit is finna go on YouTube. Fuck is you talking about?
I'm saying for me, for Toya with the Udi, if we doing that, baby.
Oh my God.
Me,
Oh
it's
my
not.
God.
It doesn't
Oh.
mean anything. It doesn't matter how we do it. We can kiss each other, everything else. I might not know you tomorrow, sir.
It's just, I don't know, man. I think it's just the callousness and the way that you said that statement that just made me feel so dangerously uncomfortable. Like I just don't know why I feel so wrong. Like if I had pearls, I'd have clutched them when you said that shit. That shit just feel wrong. I think it's because we
feel
just
like
conditioned to not hear women speak that way.
Yeah, that's all. That's all
And
it
that's the
is.
issue there, yeah.
A whole nother issue. Cause sir, I might not want nothing but for to call you at 3:00 in the morning and no, I don't care how your day was.
Do y'all feel disrespected if when we do that, like call you randomly when we leave the club, drunk, like where you at?
Man, when I was getting them man, please call me. Please call
Some
me.
niggas be feeling disrespected, like this bitch on the
No,
call
like,
me
you
at 3 in the
ain't call me
morning.
all day. You ain't care
Why?
about what I was doing, nigga. No, I don't care about what you was doing.
Why? The only way that I would get offended by that is if you just called me because you wanted some head. Like if that's what you call, I'm gonna be offended. Like my feelings gonna be hurt. Like if you get sucked off and roll
But
over and
how
go
would
to
you know
sleep, we
that
got
that's
a
all I wanted?
problem.
Because
We got
really
a
that comes
problem.
along with it.
That's
So
why I can't help that. Okay. The point is, I
You
did
can't
call
help
you.
what?
What? I called you because that's what I wanted. You're good at that. Okay. Hey, boo, how are you? Okay, I'm on my way. You know what time it is. I know what time it is. You might get a little piece of ass out of the deal, but the whole point was to come sit on your face. You get what I'm saying? And then I ain't going to sleep. I'm going home.
I'm going
Don't
home.
look-
That's the one. I'm
don't
going
look-
home. I done
Good
had
night.
people tell me, why you jump up and go home? Nigga, because this ain't my house. I'm going home where I sleep at.
Oh my God, because I don't live here. Wow. Wow, that's the answer I was looking for.
And you can't come get me. I'm driving my own car, nigga. Because as soon as you act like you finna fall asleep, I'm gonna be like, all right, I'm gonna head out.
I ain't gonna lie though. I used to have I had this girlfriend. I had this girlfriend when I was in college, and she had a daughter,
Mm-hmm.
and like she was the only girl that I was sleeping with at the time, and I was the only dude that she was sleeping with at the time. But like she would get up at like 6 in the morning, right? Get up at 6 in the morning and go home and shit. I'm like, man, I ain't got class until like 9. What the fuck is you getting up for?
And I
Like,
don't even
what's
tell you,
going
if you
on?
sleep, I'm not even gonna wake you up. I'm just gonna go. You gonna wake
That's
up
what
like,
she would do. And I'd be like, man, I feel like a slut. What the fuck is you doing? Stop doing that. Like, just wake me up. Like, at least let me walk you to the door. Damn. Like, but just to roll your ass up out the bed and not make a sound on your way out, Joe? Like, damn.
somebody just told me that the other day. Like, could you at least start waking me up before you leave? Like, that's so rude.
Damn, like, you need my door open and shit. Like, damn.
I would lock the door.
I don't know if you watch the podcast or like all the other ones, but they talk about me. Cause see, at the end of the day, I might feed you. I might even buy you a little something. But nigga, I don't care about you. I don't. I really
See,
don't.
she makes the people
Nah, I don't
feel
care
as if
about
she
that.
cares because she's gonna feed them. She's gonna check on them, send them affirmations and whatnot.
That
And
ain't even
then,
me. Because if I'm giving you some dick, the least you can do is make a sandwich.
No,
That's
but I
me.
might want to. See, that's what. See, and then I had somebody who felt like that, and that's what me and him went wrong. You're not gonna tell me I can make the sound. I can make it if I
I
want to
didn't
make
say
it.
that. I didn't say that. But if what I said was the least you can do is make a sandwich.
that ain't part of the contract. If I'm coming for this and that only, a sandwich is not a part of the contract.
That's true. Now, if that's
And
all it is,
you can't do nothing. You can't do nothing nurturing. Like nothing. Like you can't
Nothing.
do
That's
nothing
what we telling
nurturing
her. You
ever.
cannot do nothing like that. You
No,
gotta get what you.
you can't do nothing like that ever. You can't do nothing along them lines. Like, man, I'm serious. Like, you can't do nothing along them lines because once you do that with a dude, that's where we at. That's where we at. We do not go down. We right there. Like, if we come over that first time and you made Kool-Aid and the Kool-Aid was fire, or the first time we came over, you had a drink ready, then that drink need to be there
That's the
every
standard. Now you
time.
done
That's
set
just
that.
how it is.
I don't have a problem with that. But the problem that I have is I can go from that, like I can love you for a week and then I don't know you the next week.
See, and now they be on her porch and shit. She like, why this nigga in front of my house?
Well, why would you do? Why do you invite violence? I don't understand that.
Violence. I just changed my mind.
I don't get nothing from you from
ain't nothing wrong with changing your mind, but like, do you like be giving these people the impression that there may be something more than what there is?
I tell you,
that's the type of person she is, but they don't know her to know that, so they think that she is giving them this.
So this ain't something that you saying out loud, Shannon. You ain't telling them like, "Hey, man, all I want is A, B." You nutty as hell. Like, what is wrong with you?
I will. No. That's not true. I'll tell them like we don't go together. I tell everybody we don't go together.
Right, but then while she's telling them they don't go together, she making them a sandwich. She giving them affirmations in the morning.
Needs to be encouraged.
Okay, you said we don't go together.
He needs to be encouraged. Shannon, listen, man. You better chill the fuck out, man. Like, man, you better chill the fuck out. Like, that's too much. That is too much, man. You doing too much. Chill out, man. Chill out. For real. That's some dangerous shit you doing. Don't do that.
You're muted, Shannon.
Yeah, she muted.
I was cursing the kid out. But
oh, there we go. Somebody's mom.
But listen. Like she said, I'm just that kind of person. I call her and say, best friend, you're beautiful. I want you to know that you're lovely and you're wonderful. You're gonna have a great day.
You ain't fucking her.
But I do it to everybody. Like, that's just the thing. Like,
but you ain't fucking. You can't do that shit and get you can't do both.
I don't get it. I'm sorry, I don't understand.
Listen, man, this whole conversation been about mixed signals and fucked up interpretations and everything. What you say?
And she passing out the mixed signals to these people.
Together. I told you I don't want to be with nobody. I told you I want to be single and free.
But I want you to be the best you that you can possibly be. I want you to get the fuck out of here.
You can send your children over on the weekend if they want to play with our kids. Like, everything is great.
I don't understand. Like, I don't get it. My point is this. I'm telling you the truth from the beginning. When you hit the door, baby.
But you saying one thing out your mouth and then you acting another
doing
way.
Something different.
You need to listen to what you tell them and don't assume nothing.
They don't assume you cooking them breakfast and you tell them they're great.
The least I can do is make them
Oh, I know a nigga didn't just say that when I just said that. How the fuck you just gonna expect what? Hold on, you just said.
Telling her to make the egg. I ain't think if she wants to get up and make you the egg, that's fine, but don't tell her to make the egg.
But you just said that's the least you could do. That's all I said.
Nah, but I thought you were saying that you was telling her that's the least she could do. That's what I'm saying. Don't tell me nothing.
Oh my God. You on bullshit. You on big bullshit. You can't be doing girlfriend shit and wanting to stay out of that girlfriend lane.
Listen, Linda. I get joy. Okay, listen. I get joy.
You get joy out of playing with niggas. That's what you get joy out of. Clearly. That shit is clear.
That's not what it is. And I don't like this YouTube world.
Zenith. That shit is a zenith. I see that shit like a zenith. That's what it is, nigga. You get joy out of that shit.
No, I just get joy out of making sure that you're happy in that moment. I like when people come to my house and they eat and they feel good. I like when people, can say it was an enjoyable experience being at Shannon's house. I like
that. They be telling Shannon, I really think she hates me. I don't know what her problem is.
They do. They be like, oh, she thinks I'm ugly, sis. I don't know why she treat me like I'm ugly. I don't get it.
Lord have mercy. I cannot believe you. I can't believe it. Like, you doing this shit recently. Like, this is your behavior recently, or this is some shit you did in your 20s.
20? This was last week.
Hey, okay, forget all that. On the side note, okay, because that's not important. He's gone. I mean, he might try to shoot me or something. He told me he's gonna shoot me, but it doesn't matter. The point that I'm making.
Shannon ass ain't gonna make the episode debut. Fucking around, man. Fucking around, man.
Like, yeah, it'll be okay. It's another
Shannon, you
woman.
gotta stop doing that shit, man. You got to stop. If you're gonna fuck a motherfucker, fuck him and put him to the side, man. Please don't
It
be
don't work like
making a
that.
motherfucker feel loved. You gonna make a motherfucker feel loved. You don't do that.
I love him with the love of the Lord, amen.
So you ain't gonna tell your friend that you ain't gonna tell your friend. You're gonna
Did
tell
she
your friend
love
stop
them with
doing
the love
this
of the
shit.
Lord? She loves them with the love of the Lord, and I can't do anything about that.
I'm finna say whatever.
Man, so I'm speechless. I'm just speechless, man. I'm just speechless. I can't believe motherfuckers just admitted to doing that shit in this day and age, man. And goddamn.
Oh, besides, encourage the man, praise the man, and still help the man. Feel like I did my
You
due
supposed to slut them out and keep it moving.
Thank you. That's it.
Okay,
That's it.
this is my point. I have some
Don't
people.
nobody need them bullshit motivational speeches, man. Like, man, don't nobody need that shit, man. Like,
Yeah,
just fuck me and kick me out. Like, if that's what it is, if that's what you're gonna end up doing, just go ahead and do it and get it over with, man. You ain't got to be making me these awesome ass egg and bacon sandwiches and shit. Putting it on the poppy seed bagel and shit. I ain't never had no fucking poppy seed bagel before. You ain't got to do all of that. All you got to do.
Because I ain't gonna put it on no paper plate.
I'm putting your shit on the. If you get it, it's gonna be on the paper plate. And that's if you get it.
Whatever, guys. Okay, here's my point. My point is, I love people. Okay, that's it. I just have a lot of love in my heart. Now, when I don't want to be bothered anymore, I just, but I already told them that from the beginning. Only people I don't tell that is people that I genuinely love, and when I love you for real. But if I don't care. Like, and that's not my fault that you can't listen to what I'm saying.
Because I'm too busy watching what you're doing.
I told you already, I don't want no man. If I don't want no man, don't be thinking you my man. Because I might do this for you on Tuesday and do it for Willie Earl, like you said, on Thursday. But that's because that's what I feel like doing. That's part of who I am.
I'm saying it's cool to be that way. It's just not cool to be making fucking handmade artisanal sandwiches after this shit. Like and sending motivational speeches after it. It's just not cool, man.
Hey, listen, I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna encourage you, and I'm gonna tell you, listen, baby. I understand there's other women out there that love you, and you should love them. But just so you know that I love you, and you gonna be all right.
He probably ain't had a thick bitch since Clinton was in office, and then a motherfucker ain't made him a sandwich since Reagan was in office, and your motherfucking sitting here with both, and you praying for him. That motherfucker, man, you oh my god, man, this motherfucker to probably went and told his friends and shit in the group chat.
Call his wife and say he never coming home.
Yeah, he's lucky. Yeah, he's lucky.
He told that we should he go. I can put that man business in the street, but
oh my god! Like, please don't do that. Please don't do that. Please don't do that, man. Let me go ahead and wrap this shit up, man. For somebody, man, for Kingdom Come, man.
Nah,
what I would like for y'all to do at this time is we send the baskets around for for this last benediction is why don't y'all tell the people where they can find y'all and how they can get in tune with y'all podcast and keep up with what y'all got going on next. Shannon, why don't you go first since I was making TJ go first the whole goddamn time? Because she was already about to go. She was about to just start talking.
I'm just gonna say, let her talk. She knows she's the one that does that part. I can't tell you guys besides our YouTube channel, but our YouTube channel is really connected to Toya's name because we don't have a Somebody's Mama YouTube channel yet. So I'm gonna go ahead and direct that to Toya so she can explain.
Well, guys, it was great talking to you. You can follow me on Instagram, King_Udi. I don't got a half a booty. I got a booty that ain't big, but it's a nice booty. So I'm King_.
So it's like a 90s booty.
A nice booty. I got a little plump, a little thump.
It's not a booty, it's the Udi.
It's a Udi. So King_Udi on Instagram. Follow me on YouTube, Toya Janae. We posted some of our episodes there. We have like little candid talks we do. We just popping shit. So follow us, like, subscribe, DM me. I don't take any like unsolicited, but if you want to DM me something, go ahead.
And I'm Shannon with the Cannon. Shannon WITDA Cannon with the Cannon on Instagram. Follow me. Everything that I do is on her page because I'm not the media person. I get blocked every day. I be in Facebook jail every other week. So if you want to see me, follow Toya. But you can follow me on Instagram because they don't block me there, even though Mark just took over that. I'm pretty sure my time is coming. I do take unsolicited pictures, but I don't respond. I just show them in the group chat.
Oh, you don't make them nice sandwiches and give them encouraging speeches and shit.
No, because I didn't invite that. You see what I'm saying? It's unsolicited.
Right. Well, the unsolicited pics get put in the group chat. So ask me first. Consent. The key word here, guys, is consent.
Consent is
crying.
Okay,
Consent.
That's it right there.
All right, so I'm gonna include y'all links and stuff in the show's description or whatever. But I really want to thank y'all for joining me this week. Y'all don't know how much y'all made my day and saved my life and all of the above great things or whatever. Shannon, it was lovely to see and talk to you again. And I know why I don't talk to you on a regular basis anymore now. TJ, yo, nutty ass. TJ, man, it was great meeting you, man. It was great meeting you, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, I can see how you the engine that keeps everything going. Shannon, yeah, you ain't shit, man. Like, it's cool. Cause I'm man,
because she's not the engine that keeps everything going.
We are frick and frat. You know what I'm saying? We
Okay, wait a minute. Before we sign out, I'm sorry. Hold up. Time out.
Anyway, time to go. See you guys next week on a new episode.
Okay.
Go ahead, say what you got to say.
Listen. This is my P to my pod. She is my 1 to my O. We the number 10. You understand what I'm saying? But you got to understand, she is not the engine. I be damned. How the hell did that happen?
Hey, I just want my first
just
Soul
to get you
Train
going,
award.
Shannon.
I want to
Jesus
say thank
Christ.
you to my followers.
Shannon, it's too easy to get you riled up, G. Like, it just is, man.
Peace out in this goddamn motherfucker. Peace out. Peace.
Peace.
Bye,
all right.
guys.
Miss the God.